We are the true masters of the Earth sphere. Hello, all you beautiful people, and we're back again with the Two Deaf Podcast, episode 16. It's your boy Sleepwalker, the man who walks through dreams, possibly even yours, and I'm back with my regular co-host and a guest co-host. Please introduce yourself, boys.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's John, aka J Poet. Um, Back at it again, episode 16, and we have a special guest today. What's up, Matt?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for having me. This is Slug Rock. The man with the most. What's going on, guys? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I mean, like, I'm not as good as you since you're doing the most, apparently.
Well, it's not at all. Sometimes it can be a lot. It's a lot to take on.
So,
But
so is
somebody's
it
gotta do
proper to
it.
call you? Is it proper to call you the co-hostess with the mostest?
Oh, God.
Well, don't call me. I'm not really a hostess. I'm just a co-host with the mostest.
Yeah,
You know.
Co-host with the most.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't like how you're assuming my gender there, man. 2020, bro. You got to get with the times. No, it's good to be here for real, guys. Thanks for having me.
We're definitely glad to have you back, man. We haven't had you on since we did our tier list last time, and that was I think probably me and Sleep, some of our favorite podcasts. So that it was really awesome.
A while ago.
Oh, yeah. Nothing like judging fictional characters. That's probably my bread and butter.
Me and you both, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
So what have you guys been playing today, Sleep? What have you been playing this week?
I've been playing a mixture of Hades, Spelunky 2, which is way too hard for some. I don't know why it's that hard. It's ridiculous. And then I've been playing Gundam versus Extreme Maxi Boost on. Yeah, I know. It's a long Japanese name. But it has 183 characters. And if you are a fan of Gundam, this is your game. It has it has almost everyone from every series, even the movies. It has like all of them are different, legitimately different Gundams. It's kind of amazing what they did here. It's not graphically.
Did they have
It's supremely.
Did they got the
impressive.
8th MS team on there?
Yeah, they even have
Dude, that's awesome. That's
they
like my
not
favorite
only
one.
have Gundam Wing, they have Gundam Wing Endless Waltz, the movie. So the
That's
Gundam
dope.
Zero with the wings and everything like that.
Yeah.
They even have that one.
Yeah, that sounds sick, man.
Oh yeah, and you get to like play these 2-on-2 online battles. You have an arcade where you can have online, co-op and everything like that. It has a mission mode where you could do, what's it called? Like RPG kind of like battles and stuff. It's wonderful. It's worth the $60, honestly.
They need to work on the name.
I mean,
yeah. I'll be honest. I saw you post something about that, and I looked it up, and I was like, "Who's Maxi Boost? What's Maxi Boost? Is this some kind of other franchise?" And it was like, "There's no answer for that.
Well,
I don't know what it is.
It's actually like
it just leads me to that game.
It comes from the arcade, like because it was an arcade game, and then they brought it here. But that's like one of those Japanese titles where they add a bunch of like exciting words that don't make sense together.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Just a series of verbs.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, what about you, man? What you been playing this week, bro?
So, I found a pretty good deal. They had it on PlayStation, Resident Evil 3 remake. So I love the second one a whole lot, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really short. Like I'm almost at the end of the game. The original one was really short too.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I got it for the discount. I don't think it'd be worth $60. The replay value just really isn't there. Not like with RE2 it was, because you have to beat the game like 4 times to get all the endings. But this one only has one ending. But it's beautifully made, really awesome, fun. They did a great job with Nemesis. Really enjoying it. And other than that, I've just been like playing the hell out of Dragon Ball Fighter Z, because they just released Master Roshi recently. So been training up, man. He's like my favorite character right now. It's really awesome.
I should get Roshi and challenge you, because I got it on the station
right
now.
Dog, you don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it, man.
You don't want any of it.
I'm telling you, it's cool, man.
It sounds like we need a stream.
Yes, we should do this.
I'll stream it.
I've been playing a lot, and I'll be honest, I'm not the best. I've gotten my butt whooped a couple times, but like I've been like honing my skills. I'm back in the zone. So I'm gonna, evil containment wave the hell out of you. So I'm just letting you know. You're gonna have a lot of fun in that bottle.
Oh, you're gonna be using that Dragon Ball bullshit on me, dog.
No, dude. Don't jump. I'm telling you, just don't jump. I'm gonna give you that. You might remember it when we play each other. I hope you do.
He's
But you
giving
won't.
he's giving some game away for free, Sleek.
Man, like, dude, the thing is, I probably can't handle him right now in Dragon Ball Fighters because I ain't touched that shit in like months, almost a year. So I would probably just get on and get massacred, but I'd still do it. F you, bruh. Don't talk to me like that.
Let's do it, man. Oh, and I guess
we need to stream this.
They just got a Destiny 2 on Game Pass, so I started that up today, and I have a feeling I'm starting to get the itch. Like I might jump in that and try to get back into it.
Well,
it comes with all the DLC, so that's the only reason I would do it.
Well, how about you, John? What have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing some Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and other than that, I've been sticking pretty close to football. I am a sports fan, so I am so happy to have sports back. I've still been kind of chugging along at the Madden 21. Finally beat the face of the franchise mode, and just kind of playing around with it, getting pretty good at it. And then I've also been doing some fantasy football, which I think I'm going to start doing that every year and have a 2-def league. So it's been a lot of fun doing the fantasy football. It's like its own little video game in itself. So I see why people get so addicted to it for sure.
I don't, but I'm glad that you all do, though. Like, somebody has to.
But you're not into sports, so that's why.
Yeah, it's true. I'm into like the UFC. I'll watch it. I used to be into it a lot more. I've just kind of fallen off. I'm into like combat sports. I can watch that pretty well, but like other than that, like basketball would be the only other thing I can watch. Football, I'm just like, it's just so slow.
Yeah, it is slower paced.
Yeah,
you guys got to check out. You got to check out Ultimate Hopscotch, guys. I'm telling you, it is fire.
like extreme four square.
Double leg.
Matt, what was that show that we were watching at my house the other night?
Ultimate
Tag.
Ultimate Tag. Oh, dude, I couldn't handle it, man. I couldn't handle it. It's like American Gladiator mixed with tag. So it's like, next up we got the flow. And he's like, I'm the fastest guy in the free running scene. You ready for the flow? I flow like a river. Flow. And it's like it's like cheesy background. It's just like, what am I watching? Like,
it's like,
but I mean, it's entertaining.
Up, it's like you said, it's American Gladiator mixed with just tag, but then they like mix it with WWE, so it's like everybody has like a character and they stay in character the whole time. And
I mean, this sounds like some pretty gold television. I mean, it sounds awful, but
it's the cringiest thing. I'm telling you, but it's so worth watching.
Some gold out.
It's not bad for some senseless entertainment while you're bored or whatever, but it was pretty corny, but it was funny corny.
Yeah, well, we'll move on from the corniness. Tell us the bounty of what we're talking about today, John.
Well, man, we got a lot to talk about today. As we kind of predicted, the next few weeks I think are going to be pretty chock full of some, just golden material that we can talk about here. We had a PS5 showcase. The showcase we've all been waiting for. We'll get into that a little bit more in depth here, just a little bit. But it was definitely a huge deal that PS5 showcase was. The other big news, just kind of groundbreaking gaming news that happened, is Xbox acquired Bethesda.
Bethesda.
How do you say it?
Bethesda.
Almost had it this time.
Like, you have such a hard time with Bethesda, bro. Like,
I know.
Like, I mean,
it really is bad.
But to be fair, Bethesda has a hard time with Bethesda too. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like it's not phonically the way it sounds. I don't know. But maybe it is. I don't know. Anyway, Xbox has acquired Bethesda, and it's pretty groundbreaking news, and some very interesting snippets have come out of it, and some questions too that have not been answered quite yet. Nintendo also had a direct. Dropped a couple Monster Hunter games that we're going to talk about and get into. And then, of course, we have PS5 and Xbox Series X pre-orders have gone live and have died in the water, and we will talk about those as well. We also have a couple new segments. We have a couple new segments we're going to try out today to see how they go, and then I have an eyebrow for y'all at the end. So we'll see what's up.
Man, you remember that chat? Remember bro? That was the golden era.
Have y'all not done that? What?
Oh
No,
yeah.
we haven't been doing them.
No,
What?
we
Oh
stopped.
man, all right. You had to wait for me to come
It's
back. Okay, I got you. It's all good.
well,
Save the best for the best.
there's only so many like completely crazy video game stories out there. I guess I don't know. Besides, especially when you figure we have each time we have a guest on, we have them do one too. So
Yeah. And then,
we're looking at quite a few.
they stop being fun and start being disturbing after a little bit. It's like that's not a fun story.
My bad.
That's horrible.
Well, I will just warn you, the one that I have today is also horrible.
Oh well, it matches. It's consistent with 2020. So,
Yeah, everything is horrible. Come on.
yeah, pretty much. Anyways, which one are we starting out first? Are we going to start with the Xbox buying Bethesda?
Yeah, we can go ahead and start with that one.
All right, because I think that honestly, it's a good move by Xbox because they needed that kind of powerhouse in their corner to really churn out, games and stuff like games that are going to be of high enough quality match the PlayStation games. Now, that's probably not going to be happening for a little bit, seeing as that they just acquiring them, and I don't know if Bethesda's already got Elder Scrolls 6 in the loaded in the gun, but I don't think they're ready to shoot anytime soon. So, like I think it's a good idea. I don't know if they're going to be able to like keep all the games they have as exclusives, but I really think they should keep a few. Like, like if just for the sake of Xbox, they should really take a few and keep them for themselves.
Yeah. Well, what from what I've heard, I think they announced this today, or maybe I can't remember when it was. But they said, like, they already said that they're actually going to let Sony keep some of the exclusivity rights for some of the games, like they'll get like pre-order bonuses, all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to be taking any of the mainstay titles. Maybe some of the low, like I don't know, maybe some of the lesser ones. I think it's going to be more of one of those things like the way like Disney bought Marvel, where it's kind of like they still let Marvel do their thing. They didn't really like take it and like now Marvel's Disney property. It is technically, but they don't like market it that way.
Yeah, but they
I think
allow
it's just
them
more like
freedom.
yeah, exactly. And I hope to God that's what Microsoft's going to do with Bethesda, because if I can't play Elder Scrolls 6 on my PS5, I'm probably gonna I'm gonna be marching somewhere. It's not gonna be good.
I kind of
but
I kind of hope
Well,
they do. Go ahead, John.
Well, I was just going to say this shocked the industry, man. It's $7.5 billion acquisition.
Dude, that is such a
yeah.
high number.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. This is kind of where I feel. Microsoft is no longer playing the same game as Sony. I think they've already tried to go down that route and they failed. And the Bethesda purchase, it may make that point clearer than ever before. I really don't think that they're even going to make these games exclusive. I don't even think that's what their goal in this is.
What up, James?
So
I'm sorry, I was just saying
what's up,
chat.
What's up? Yeah, what's up, Carrie? What's up, Goldberg? But Sony's followed this tried and true strategy of acquiring all these promising developers and nurturing them, and over many years they come out with these large franchises, Spider-Man, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, or whatever. It's very interesting to me the way they've done that. But for me, what Xbox is trying to do, what Microsoft is trying to do by acquiring this, which by the way, I mean, we're talking Dishonored, Wolfenstein, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Doom, The Evil Within, Prey. I mean, there's so many games. But what I think the question that we should be asking is what Bethesda brings to the Xbox Game Pass. Because I think that now that owning that library, it helps Microsoft achieve that vision for that prescription service. Because it's, they're not selling it for the exclusives and for all that. They're making their money on these exclusives.
Mm.
I mean, they're making a ridiculous amount of money.
Mhm.
So I have seen Matthew was correct. I have seen that Microsoft has went ahead and verified that they are going to let Sony keep some of their exclusives. So I know one of the big ones that were hell, what was the name of it? Sleepy
Deathloop.
Deathloop. Well, see, Deathloop was going to be a time exclusive, which eventually was going to come out on Microsoft. There was another one that was going to be solely a PlayStation thing.
Wait,
I don't know.
what's Deathloop have to do with Microsoft?
No, but well, Deathloop is
With
made by
Bethesda?
Bethesda. Deathloop is
Deathloop's made by
Oh,
Bethesda,
they're published by
and it was
oh
it
Bethesda.
man,
was it was going to
I
be a
didn't catch
time
that when I watched the
exclusive for
trailer.
PlayStation.
Well, it's made by the Dishonored team, but it's published by Bethesda. So like
Oh, okay. So I must have missed that when I
it,
watched
because
the trailer for it. It looks pretty cool,
the
but
thing is, it's
Well,
that the whole corporation is Zenith. I believe whatever that the Z word of it's Zenith. That's who
yeah,
owns
yeah,
all
Zenith,
of
yeah.
the. That's who owns all of that, and Bethesda's just like a part of that.
yeah. It's ZeniMax Media was the
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay, yeah, that's right.
so now Microsoft is the mother company essentially, but I don't think Microsoft necessarily even cares about exclusives anymore. But it still needs studios.
yeah,
You don't need like first party developers are the lifeblood of game publishers, um, but it allows them to kind of control the major releases and better manage budgets and stuff like that. So like right now, the most important part about this to me is that Microsoft now has the final say on distribution.
yeah.
So they own the studio. So now they get to decide where and for how much the game is going to be sold. And in their case,
Yeah,
they're going to be including giving it away for free as part of their subscription service.
Uh,
So I think
yeah.
that is what the big thing is here
Well,
is
like
I,
is the Game Pass.
the potential profit that'll come from that. I have a feeling if Bethesda like sticks to their guns and still it keeps making like great content, they'll like get their money back in
well,
tenfold. You know.
I think
Um,
Microsoft having them. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
no, you're good. Like I don't know. I would imagine I'm not a business expert or what do you call it economics expert, but I would imagine so if they own a Bethesda, they get a cut of any titles that are sold by Bethesda. Even like so, they're making money off people buying PlayStation games
But
and Switch games.
Yeah.
no, I don't want to cut you
You know
off,
what I'm
Matt.
saying?
But
So it's
like
genius.
in the chat, like you gonna say Deathloop sucks when it's not out yet and no one's played it. Let's not let's not be that guy. All right, let's
Yeah.
not be that
Oh man.
because
Yeah.
we got a whole list of guys like you like later on. But
No, but look, man, look, Microsoft has shown that it does not necessarily care where you play their games. It's their core strategy for the future of Xbox. So I'll tell you the perfect example. So they just also acquired Obsidian, right? And one of Obsidian's big games is the Outer Worlds. That
Hmm.
game came out on Xbox One, PS4, PC. It's available on Windows and Xbox, and it's available on Android.
It's on
And
Switch now too.
right. And so if you're a Game Pass subscriber, everyone wins in that scenario.
mhm.
And
Yeah.
that's what Microsoft's trying to keep.
I
I was reading something. Let me see if I can find this real quick. So Microsoft has said that they have right now at this moment they have over 15 million Game Pass subscribers right now, and that's at an average of $10 per user, right?
mhm.
So that alone, where that is with 15 million, that creates more than $1 billion in annual subscription revenue. 1 billion, and that's only from
Whew.
their Game Pass. That's not including consoles, Microsoft Store on the PC, the Series X and Series S sales, the games, and everything else. That's just strictly from Game Pass. They're making $1 billion, and with this, with the accusation of Bethesda and everything else, their hope is that that's going to continue to grow. So they could double the Game Pass revenues. Say if they double that to 30 million subscribers, or
Mhm.
no, let's say if they get it to 50 million. Game Pass will then generate Microsoft an estimated $6 billion a year just from Game Pass. That's more revenue than the entire annual revenue of Activision and
That's
Blizzard.
why I was saying earlier, when you
Wow.
and me were having more of a private conversation, is that the hardware is it just kind of like it doesn't really matter anymore. I think they should jettison the hardware and go straight software because now it's just there. Like they're not even really trying to sell it, as we could tell by the pre-orders, which we'll get into it later. They're not even trying to sell it like they should be. So why don't you just go straight software and skip around the hardware? Now, another thing I wanted to say was I think the best thing for I think like Microsoft taking Bethesda is good for Bethesda because Bethesda has a tendency to drop things that are like, what is this? Why are you doing that? Like, why is it buggy? Why, like,
Fallout
why is this?
76.
Yeah, stuff like that. But with Microsoft in control, they're going to have a little bit more say over, but like, hey, don't drop that. Like, hey, no, we're not doing that. They like those things that Bethesda usually drops are probably going to get better. They're
I
probably
hope
going to be
so.
a little bit more focused because if everybody loves Elder Scrolls and Fallout, but we have to all admit that it really should be better by now. The bugs and all that stuff really should be better by now. So maybe Microsoft will flatten those bugs and those kinks out a little bit to be a little bit more polished than they usually are.
Yeah, dude. Like, if I could say something on that, it's funny because I was looking at some stuff earlier today, and it was people like criticisms about Fallout and Skyrim, and it was like, yeah, you're gonna release a game, and the game's great, even if it's buggy. Bugs happen in games, but like I agree with you that it's still to this day it's like riddled with bugs.
Yeah.
The fact that they have to rely on modders to fix their bugs for them, so it's like almost like if you really want to enjoy Skyrim, if you really want to enjoy it like
You got to play
full
on
heart, like the
PC.
best, you have to pay on. Oh well, now I think with the enhanced edition on Xbox, and I'm not sure if PS5 does it or PS4 does it or not, but you can actually they have the modded community. They have mods you can add on. I know they do it with Fallout 4. But you can do it through your console now too.
Oh,
But
sweet.
like the best way to
for
do
fuck's
it is
sake.
you have to have mods. Like it's crazy.
But
Like, I don't know.
Skyrim came out over a decade ago. I mean, it was
Oh, I
fucking
know.
Xbox 360 when Skyrim
That's
came
the
out.
one I bought. It was the Thrawn 360. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it on the PS3, but the thing is, like, even then at that time, as big as the game was, there's other games that are like more polished, and like Bethesda, they kind of don't care. They'll just let it buggy, and then they'll try to fix it over time sometimes. Because if you look at
So
Yeah,
Elder
and
Scrolls
they
Online is
they
actually
unleash
doing really
patches.
good. The Elder Scrolls
Hey,
Online is actually doing really good.
real quick, guys. Carrie says that the Game Pass went up 5 million subscribers in 6 months. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. That's
It's
crazy.
a really good deal.
James said the PS5 with the disc drive looks like it has a tumor.
It's not a tumor. All right, yeah.
But for real though, the
Man.
accusation of Bethesda, it's no coincidence that it was 2 days before the Series X pre-order started. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's to build that excitement because once again, right now, even for both systems, there's no real reason to get it right now. There's no real reason to get it as soon as it drops. They're not dropping anything world breaking. I mean, you're gonna have Demon Souls and Miles Morales on the PlayStation, but that's 2 games, and I'm pretty sure that as good as Demon Souls looks, people are gonna hate it once they start playing because they're not gonna be able to get out of the first level because they're gonna get to that bridge where this dragon is, and this is the first thing you do, and you have to find out a way to get across this bridge and not die.
Bro, we'll get to all this in a minute when we talk about the showcase, but that shit blew my mind when I was watching it. And they were almost watching the gameplay footage, and they were running through, and they were just hacking people like they were nothing. And every single time I've ever played a Souls game, like, lackeys are hard up. Like, you ain't just gonna walk up and just like slap a lackey down. You know what I mean? Like,
no, that was the tutorial.
they'll fuck you up.
That was the tutorial.
They will fuck you up
because when he got to the demon at the end of it. Now we'll get into this later. He dies. That's the tutorial. You're supposed to die from that demon in the very beginning of the game. So that's why it looked that easy, because if you get past that demon, you'll find that the world is a lot more unforgiving than they
dude, I don't even want to get started on those games, man. Like I like them. I love them. But I like refuse to play Dark Souls 2 or 3 until I beat the first one, and I'm literally at the second boss, and I just
Oh,
can't
you
fight.
got past
I
the
have fighting a
Minotaur?
Minotaur on a
You got
bridge, bro. Every time I get him, like I'm almost got him, and he knocks me off a ladder and I die. It's just every time he just teleports and kills me. It's just like this is just like it's definitely a great game for like sadists. But like that's the only thing I can think of, dude.
Gluttons for
Jesus Christ.
punishment.
Oh yeah, that's what it feels like.
Definitely.
And the
And
thing
then
is, and the funny thing is, in the
then
community, they'll be all like, "It's not hard. This game isn't hard." I'm like, because these
oh
people.
yeah, it's not hard. I've only put 300 hours into it. Come on, like shut up, dude. Like I swear, oh my god, I've watched
Yo,
speedruns of these games, and I'm just like, I just want to stop playing video games now. Like I'll just never be that good. What's the point? Jesus Christ, man. Is there an easy mode for this? No, definitely not.
but hey, yo,
Like
so to kind of
Inferno,
round out our conversation about the how Xbox acquired Bethesda.
Bethesda,
Wow,
Bethesda.
I'm just gonna
Like
chop it up for a loss, bro. Don't worry about it.
Say be
But
Deezy.
anyway,
Say be Deezy.
since Xbox acquired BDZ,
I love that.
no, but for real though, like it shows. I think just to kind of round it out, I don't. Unfortunately, as much as I wish they kind of did, as an Xbox guy, that they would really start with these exclusives, and then and you never know how that's going to go. They've acquired now almost 25 studios of some quality games. So I think they invest the right amount of oversight and the right amount of money into them. They could be coming out with some quality exclusives in the future. But I don't think that's the direction Microsoft's going to go. I think that the fact that Microsoft also has bought Minecraft and then left it on every single platform you can imagine. I think Microsoft would be stupid to miss out on the huge profits they would make on other
oh
platforms for
yeah.
some of these games.
I was wanting to touch on something that you said earlier about that, and it's something you know me, like I've always kind of leaned towards PlayStation, but and Goldberg, he actually said this to me yesterday I think or earlier today. He's just like it's like Microsoft really is like this time around, this go around they're going hard, and they're doing it out of like it seems. I mean, obviously the whole industry is profit driven, but they're still like implementing all this awesome new technology, innovative stuff, and it's really like for the benefit of the consumer, not just for them to line their pockets. You know what I mean? Like you were saying,
Yeah.
like buying this property, but still like sharing it. Like, hey, we're not going to be greedy and take it all for ourselves. Hell, like we're about the video game. We want the video gamers, even if you don't have an Xbox, like you can still enjoy our properties. I think it's fantastic. They're doing a great job.
Well, it's
I hate
easy to
it,
say
but
that when you're projected to be making $6 billion a year in revenue here in a few years. You know what I mean?
well,
Like,
yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah, I mean, we
um,
can't fool ourselves in thinking that they're all just about us. But that's the point. That the only way they're going to make money, the best way to make money, is to make a consumer happy. So they'll keep buying your stuff.
hey, so check
So
it out
I
real
don't know.
quick. James said that Scott Anderson said you guys sound like Big Bang Theory nerds talking about video games with no penny in
Oh
front.
God,
Yo,
Jesus Christ.
first off, Scott, thank you for listening. I appreciate you listening. But yo, second off,
Go ahead, hit
have you
like.
seen my wife? Have you seen my wife, bro? Penny.
Oh God, that's funny.
Look,
Go ahead and
Carrie says,
hit like though. Like
yeah, go ahead and hit that like button, Scott.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey,
don't forget
Carrie
to
says,
don't
I
forget to
think,
subscribe.
hey, share that shit too, bro. No, Carrie says, I think Microsoft doesn't care about the console war. They have PC, mobile, and console. Buying up everything, and then Game Pass is like the cherry on top. I 100% agree. That's what
Yeah,
I've
I
been trying
agree
to tell.
100%.
That's
Yeah.
what I keep trying to tell everybody. Everybody keeps saying you have no exclusives because your games are available on the PC, right? Microsoft is a PC company. So, you know what I'm saying? Like they're double dipping on everything. And it's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point with the mobile. I mean, they have mobile games. You look at Call of Duty Mobile, that's immensely
I
popular.
think the thing that people are talking about when they talk about that is the fact that it undercuts even selling the Xbox X series. Because if you can just get it anywhere else, you don't really have a reason for the X series. So it's good for Microsoft, not so good for the actual box.
Well, we talked about this previously, Sleepy, and this is where I disagree with that. Is that maybe they won't sell, what they won't sell what PlayStation sells console wise, but PlayStation ain't selling what they're selling PC wise. Sure. So the majority of this is not everyone has the ability to go spend $2,000 on a good quality gaming PC. So, but a lot of us can afford a $500 console. You know what I mean? So it comes down to like what Matt said, is that them continuing to take a loss on the actual console itself is really them doing a service to the gamers for the people who can't afford or don't even want to play on the PC. They're providing the console as well. So it's the same as, it's the same thing as why is Microsoft messing around with with a Microsoft, a Windows phone or whatever. You know what I mean?
I think that just supports the notion of them going completely digital, like a Steam storefront and stuff like that. I think that just supports that more because one, they could cut out the cost of the console altogether. Like,
you imagine if Steam came out with a console.
Oh, bro. I think
didn't they? I think they did. I'm pretty sure they tried. But it's just like a little. It's all digital. Yeah, and they have their own. I remember that. Yeah, I don't know how well that did.
No,
I haven't heard about it in a while.
It didn't do well.
Well, the difference. Well, the difference between Steam and the Game Pass is that Steam doesn't own the rights to the games they're selling.
True.
So Game Pass is a subscription service because you don't have to pay for Steam. You pay for Game Pass and you get all those games for free. You know what I mean? So it's a kind of a completely different world. But I mean, I think Game Pass is really just going to kind of change the way that people even view gaming.
Well, we're gonna have to move on because we're already a half hour in, bro, and we're still talking about Bethesda.
Oh
yeah. So real quick, let's touch on the Nintendo Direct.
Oh boy!
I don't think it's going to take all that long.
Oh, no, they only had 2 games, really.
Oh boy!
They dropped. Right, they dropped these 2 Monster Hunter games. I'm just going to go ahead and say this. I'm going to let y'all elaborate, and I'll come back. It did not move the needle for me, especially after playing Monster Hunter World. These 2 games they showed are obvious step backwards. They're steps backwards in my opinion from Monster Hunter World.
I think graphically you're correct, but like as far as mechanically, it's actually adding a lot of things that Monster Hunter World like probably should have had in it. But it's if they're going to keep all the Monster Hunter World stuff. That's the question. Are they going to keep all the stuff that made Monster Hunter World a good game to play? Not as much the look though.
Well, there was some cool stuff. Like the wire bugs and the palamutes, the dogs or whatever. I think those are cool little options. Running up the walls and doing all that kind of stuff, that's really cool. But I just feel like from what they showed me anyway, the overall game is lacking. I just feel that way. The RPG one that they showed.
Oh yeah, dude! Like what? I didn't even know they had a first one.
Yeah,
it looks like a dumbed down Zelda title. All the way they even had Majora's Masks in the freaking trailer.
Well,
I don't know if y'all watched that, but it was almost a straight up rip off of Majora's Mask.
Well, that's more of a cameo, but the thing is, like Monster Hunter, the game itself is more about like tracking down the same monster or other monsters and then beating them over and over again to get matching armor and weapons and stuff like that.
Well, I played World. I played Monster Hunter's World.
That's what
that's an excellent game.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Monster Hunter Rise, they're going to be doing that same thing. And they're probably going to be adding more to it as far as gameplay. That's the thing that people are excited about because as far as gameplay, it's going to be more like Monster Hunter, what's it called? Heroes, or is it Ultimate? Like, it's going to be more like Ultimate, like maybe a throwback to that because people really like that. Like Monster Hunter is a really big game, especially overseas. So
definitely in Japan.
I think throwing it back to the older games is probably going to be a good move for them.
So I'm just sorry to cut you off, but so are we just talking like which didn't? are we just talking about the most recent Nintendo Mini Direct, or are we talking about
The most recent.
like from the last couple days? Like, have you guys touched on the 35th anniversary of Mario at all?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
Like the
yeah.
last
That
one?
last
that
podcast.
was back. That was way back
Oh,
then.
okay, all right, yeah,
Yeah.
I missed the last one, so okay,
Oh
well,
no, we're
shit, never
talking
mind. That's
about
all.
this
Like,
one
I was
because
excited to talk about that, but never mind. We'll stick with what we're talking about today,
they only really showed
because
Monster. I mean, they let you know that Ori 2 was on the Switch, and it was over.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
there really wasn't a whole lot there. Yeah, okay,
But that's pretty much it for
yeah,
Monster Hunter. Is the thing is that showed you a new one. It's gonna, probably have some of the older mechanics from the ones before, but also some Monster Hunter World stuff. So I'm just, I'm waiting to see what they drop as far as monsters, and then we could kind of see where they're gonna go because that's really the bread and butter of Monster Hunter.
Hey, so
yeah.
Carrie just mentioned, and Carrie, you probably missed last week, but we kind of talked about that last week. About that was another big accusation for Microsoft is getting that EA Play. So I'm very interested how that goes around the holiday season with them getting all the Star Wars titles and all the sports titles.
See now you
If those get added to the Game Pass as well.
See, now you get to get in on the loot boxes for free. Cool. Like now,
Yeah.
microtransactions are right at your fingertips. Like,
But to me, like I don't think it's anything like because we're about to get into the PlayStation here, and it's no secret I am an Xbox guy. Um, but I don't think that we can really deny the fact that Microsoft is making some fucking power moves right now. Um, with them buying BDeasy and them acquiring this relationship with EA, with them buying 22 other well, not 20, I think it's 15 actually, 22 games, 15 studios. Um, they're making moves. You know what I'm saying? They're making moves of purchasing these studios and these developers, and really attempting to make a
move the
statement here.
needle.
So
And I mean,
right,
like,
and
I think it'll pay off as long as they, like actually put their money into making, good games that people can, like, and that could compete with the
I mean,
games out right now, and if they do that,
well,
then
that
honestly,
starts
right.
with good studios, man. Like
Yeah.
uh,
to me, Halo's the perfect example. When Bungie switched to 343, you saw a drastic change in Halo games. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's all about studios, man. It's all about those
I
studios.
just I really don't know how Microsoft is ever going to outdo Super Lucky's Tale. Like, I just don't. I wish they could just start making just do that every time they
Dude,
release
they
every
they
game.
got to
Super Lucky's
compete with
Tale.
Knack 2, bro. Knack
Yeah, no. I
2.
mean, how are they going to beat that? I'm messing around. Yeah, dude.
So let's move on, man. Let's move on.
Yeah, we don't have all
So
the time in the
Okay.
world.
we had a PS5 showcase, and um, like I said, I am unapologetically an Xbox guy, but man, what a well done quality showcase. Like we've been
Yo.
doing these showcases this whole time we've been covering these showcases from the Microsoft ones to the Nintendo ones and even the last two PlayStation ones. And they've all just been meh.
Underwhelming.
You know,
Underwhelming.
yeah, they're just meh. Like,
Like,
yeah, completely. This one knocked the fucking ball out of the park, bro. This has been the closest that I've even contemplated going to get a PlayStation after watching the showcase. It was excellent, man. It really was excellent.
let's hear
I
it.
mean, it was jaw dropping exclusives for days, bro. I can't even deny.
Oh yeah, dude. I want to say something real quick about that. That's what I was getting at before. Like PS3, dude. Do you remember the last Oddworld game that they made? Like
Yeah.
what happened to that
Dude, that
franchise?
was
Oh,
like,
guess what?
bruh,
It's back, and it's like it looks awesome. Like, oh my god, dude.
bruh, that was
I've been
back
waiting
in
for that for
like
so
the
long.
early 2000s when they had like
Yeah,
a
I think
remake.
it was like the Stranger's Journey or
Yeah,
Stranger's Wrath or something. The one
and
where
they
you're
made a
like that was like the last one they made of them.
and they made a remake. And I'm
Like,
glad you brought that up because it's that like Oddworld, like people probably don't know that if you were born after like, a
dude, that's a
certain one.
classic,
It's a classic Oddworld. And
and it looks. Oh.
like
Go
like
ahead. I'm sorry.
no. I'm just saying they improved it, and it looks like they actually improved the functionality of it because it was in Oddworld. You're just moving from it's a side scroller, and it looks like they took it into full 3D with this one. So
Dude, you jumping from trains, like it was like explosions. It looked like it's like they turned it into like instead of just a quirky like game, it's like a quirky like action game now. Like it's fucking awesome.
I say one of the things that go ahead.
It was odd. It's Odd World Soulstorm is what you're thinking of.
Soulstorm, yep, that's it.
Yeah, it's fucking. It's like something's constantly chasing you. Like this like group of guys is constantly chasing. It does look like a fun game. I mean,
what do you guys feel about?
I don't think that's not one. That's not one of the games that moves the needle for me.
Yeah,
but it looks like a fun game. I'll tell you what, man. Final Fantasy, what is it? 16?
16.
Yeah, 16. Man, that is the first game I've seen in any of these showcases that really. I'm like, okay, next gen graphics. You know what I mean? Like it was finally like.
Yeah.
Showed me some graphics that with the
And it's weird because like there was a trailer out for Final Fantasy 16 like a year ago, right? And it was a completely different game. There was a lady and cybernetics, and it was in the future, bro. And then when they showed this, I was like, this isn't that game. And
no, not at all, dude. No.
It looks so dope. But hey, did you see the trailer? Did not look turn based at all.
Oh no,
it's not at all.
It's complete.
It's not.
Like it looks like 7 Remake. They use the 7 Remake system, and then
okay. Can I say something? Because I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, and I'm in like groups, like Final Fantasy chat group, like all types of stuff. And the person who designed the game mechanics for this game, the combat system, is the same guy who designed the game mechanics for Devil May Cry 5, I think. So it's like they got him on their team to make the mechanics. I don't even know if this is going to be at all like it's similar to 15, but I think this is going to be truly like they're like screw the RPG part, like we're just going to do like an action game.
Well, you think there's going to be some things that come over,
Oh, well, obviously, yeah, but I think it's going to be even less of an like traditional RPG like 15 was. It's going to be even more streamlined towards like combat and like on the fly moves, like you know what I'm saying, like it looks like sick. And I love the fact
it looks
that
so dope.
They're like you have to think like the original Final Fantasy games were all like fantasy based, like it was like medieval times, like up until 6, I think all of them were set in some kind of fantasy world, like like medieval fantasy. And then 9 I think was the last one, or maybe 12 that was set that way. And then it's all went to these like futuristic, modern day times kind of thing. And this one is like a return to the roots, like going back to like the whole thing. It's like Game of Thrones mixed with Final Fantasy. It looks
another
sick.
thing was that they amped up the violence because they're usually not that violent. They usually don't have that much blood. They amped that up.
Hey, yo, so listen, I'm with Carrie on this. I'm upset that it's a console exclusive because 15 wasn't. And I'm a Final Fantasy fan as well, and like I would love to play some Final Fantasy games. Yeah. And it is.
Well, hot take. I'll tell you what, man. 15, I have a feeling it'll be for PlayStation or for Xbox eventually.
Eventually,
give it some time.
Like eventually, but hot take though, 15 was trash. 15. I played that.
Yeah, 15, it wasn't my favorite.
I played that whole game when it came out before they added all the stuff to it to make it an actual game, and it was bare bones story trash.
The story is terrible.
But before we move on to the next game, though, Carrie, when you gonna come through and smoke a blunt with your boy? That's all I want to know. This man talks a big game. Hey, so let's move on to the next one, dog. So, Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Nice.
It looked good. I'll tell you though. You know what it looked like to me. This might be a hot take for me. The gameplay looked like it was from the Avengers game. The levels and everything, like the graphics, the way that it played, it all looked like the Avengers game. You know what I mean? But it looks so dope. That's talk about an exclusive that I'm jealous about, man. I wish that fucking shit would come to Xbox.
Yeah, I'll say this: that the Avengers game. I can't really agree with that. This looked a lot more dynamic because Avengers game, everything was a little bit toned down and kind of dull. While when you saw Miles Morales do his moves, he was actually using his powers from the comic. He had a lot of electricity moves, which he has from the comic. He went invisible. He differentiated himself from Spider-Man enough for me to be like, oh, no, this is cool. They actually went in on this. Like, hopefully they do the story. Like the story the way it's supposed to be. Like Peter Parker being better than Miles Morales. James, get out of chat, bro. Like,
Well, I
you
mean,
that's whack.
I have to agree with him, but
Nah,
I do like Peter Parker more. But Miles Morales is an interesting character, and we're not talking about Peter Parker right now. But for what I read a while ago, when they first showed like the first trailer before the showcase, like I'm pretty sure the game is. Well, I think they said it's not going to be very long. It's going to be another one of those like
standalone
fantastic graphics and just like wonderful display, but like it's just going to be like I think it was like
it's a standalone
6 hours or
expansion.
something. Like
it's a standalone
like
expansion. So you don't have to have the Spider-Man to play it, but it's going to be an expansion. So it's not going to be full.
It uses the same mechanics. I'm pretty sure.
That whole situation's interesting the way they did that.
They did that with Far Cry Blood Dragon too, where they had like just a standalone DLC, and it was just a completely different game from the game, but it was its own.
Yeah,
game.
that game was awesome.
It was pretty dope, and I'm expecting Spider-Man to do the same. I want to see the big villain because it looks like it's the Tinkerer, but there's got to be someone else. It's got to be someone else but the Tinkerer.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, it's definitely the Tinkerer, but is he a lackey for someone else? Because he's not a high quality. He is. I mean, don't get me. I'm trying to disrespect the Tinkerer, but he's not. You know what I'm saying?
He usually works for somebody.
Right.
So and it's a she this time. So I believe they're using the Ultimates Tinkerer instead of the regular comic verse, Tinkerer. So I'm interested to see what kind of villains they throw in. Hopefully they throw in a cameo from another hero. That's what you want to see. Yeah, in a hero.
Well, if the original Spider-Man game that came out recently is any indication, this game is going to be excellent. So I'm interested in how long it is.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't want to spoil anything. But if you've beaten the first Spider-Man game, it has like a teaser for who the next villain's going to be. So I'm just wondering if they're going to throw that in there somewhere, like they're going to allude to Spider-Man 2 whenever they make that.
The story from Miles Morales to Spider-Man 2. That is a good thing because they might connect that.
Yeah.
But one thing
it'll be like the multiverse.
Getting off Miles Morales, one thing I want to say that I was impressed to see was that Harry Potter game because that has been rumor mill. That's been the rumor mill for like ever. Everybody was talking about and then it showed up and I was like, oh snap, it actually looks good.
Team Hufflepuff, baby. I'm calling it.
It's a Harry Potter RPG. Yeah. Like I don't know anything about Harry Potter. I've never read the books. I've never even seen the movies. I've seen one movie and I don't even remember what the hell it was called.
Oh man,
I'm not even that into Harry Potter. But this game looks good, and I'll tell you what. If I was a Harry Potter fan, I'd be giddy as hell.
Oh yeah,
it's RPG. It has like a Fable feel to it. Like it looks dope as shit. Like that just looks dope. Is that an exclusive or is that going to be available?
So it just said, I don't think it's an exclusive. I don't think it's exclusive. It said PlayStation on PlayStation 5, but it didn't say like. It just had that.
Most likely,
that thing.
We'll get exclusive stuff on PlayStation, but the game in itself will be.
Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, yeah. Oh my God. Is that next year? Is that when that's coming out next year? 2021? Did it have a release date?
I didn't take a note.
At least a release year. Yeah, I can't remember.
It's probably like I would expect it maybe sometime next year, but I didn't get the exact release date. But yeah, it looks like it's apparently before Harry Potter and all that happened, so it's like a prequel to all that. So it's
it's set in like the 1800s.
Yeah, and so it's just like Hogwarts, the school, so you get the world of Hogwarts, and I'm probably gonna pick it up if it gets some good reviews. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan either, but I can appreciate that kind of depth and when you're making something to simulate a world. I appreciate that, so I could check that out.
Yeah, like I had no idea how they were going to be like. How are they going to make the fighting mechanics like from Harry Potter work in a game? And it's just like, nope. Yeah, that seems like it'd be pretty cool. Like it's almost like a third-person shooter. So they do like blocking spells and shooting them, and then you can like summon dude. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm hyped about it.
Look good. So one of the other games they showed, and we won't talk about this much, but they showed Call of Duty Cold War again. They had some campaign gameplay. It looked good.
That was a good trailer.
The more I see, the more excited I am for it. It was a good trailer.
That was a dope ass trailer.
So the next one that is up is Resident Evil Village. Mm-hmm. So when this game was originally announced and the original trailer was shown, I wasn't that impressed. I really wasn't that impressed. And it also wasn't established as Resident Evil 8, right?
Yeah,
But
of course.
now it is. So they have confirmed that this is now Resident Evil 8. And let me tell you, this trailer they showed, holy cow. Like, it was so dope. It had these like Tim Burton style animation at points. Like,
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know, man.
Hmm.
I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. I love most Resident Evil titles I've ever played. They're always good. And I would, and maybe because my expectations were low because of the original trailer. But this one blew me away, man. I'm glad that's not an exclusive.
Yeah,
Wait, don't open that door. I'm sorry. That I had to put that in there.
but
Resident
Resident
Evil
like
1. Oh
one
god.
apparently at Tokyo Game Show that's supposed to be happening, I believe tomorrow. There's going to be a 30-minute showing of the Resident Evil, so you're going to get actual
Oh yeah,
gameplay.
I did see that. Yeah, I think you're right.
We're
Yeah,
going to
I
get
think it is tomorrow.
actual gameplay, so I'm excited to see that because I believe they're going
Well,
to be
I mean,
using
have any?
the Resident Evil 7, version, the first person gameplay. I think they're going to be still doing that. Hopefully, I don't know. I think it
Well,
was
yeah,
really
it's a
good in
direct
7.
sequel to that. That's what I was gonna ask. Have you got any? Have any of you guys played 7 like
I've
a lot
I've
at all?
seen 7. I never played it.
Yeah, because I got like almost halfway through the game. Maybe further. And I don't know. It's just one of those things. I'm bad about that. Where like another game came out and I lost track. Like I lost. I'm gonna play this. I'll get back to this,
Oh,
and I
I
never
do
got back
that
to it.
all the time. I still haven't beat
But
Dragon
it.
Quest.
I
Yeah, I
really
do too.
as a Resident Evil fan, like John, like I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, and I really at first was like turned all the way off by the first person. Where it's a first person game now. I was like, dude, that's what? Come on. But I have to say, what I played of 7, I was like, all right, this works. Like this is 1,000 times more. Like, if you want to talk about survival horror, this is like way more horrifying than the other games.
Oh
The other games
yeah,
are almost like action games.
they
This
really
one is like
amp up.
you don't play as a cop or super cop or a freaking uh, uh, military commando or anything. Like you play as like a regular like suburban house husband. Like he just plays a regular dude. So it's a lot scarier. Like you don't have all the abilities. So you have to like escape. I don't know. It was fun.
No, it was pretty good upgrade, especially from 6, which was pretty bad. So
Yeah, we don't
yeah,
talk about 6.
that didn't happen. We didn't have a
5 was
6
Hey,
good.
but
yet
We don't
the
we don't
hype
count it.
about 6 was so real though.
until it came out, and everybody was like, "Oh, oh,
Yeah, until it came out.
Man, man.
oh."
Hey, but let's move on, guys. So the next game they showed was Deathloop. We kind of touched on that just a little bit. I'm skeptical, but it looked fun. It had like a Borderlands Fallout feel to it, and it made me raise my eyebrows. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I saw, it, I was like, oh, this could be really fucking cool. Like the concept anyway is awesome.
Yeah.
How that kind of comes out, I'm interested to see how it. I'm a little skeptical if it's going to be good or not, but
Well,
it definitely looked good.
since it's made by the Dishonored team, I know people like Dishonored, but it was really, kind of like a little jank. So I want to see what it comes out to see if it's going to be at least
Hey,
janky when it comes
I
out.
apologize, but when you said the title of the game you're talking about, the phone kind of cut out.
Oh, I said
What game are you talking about?
Deathloop.
Deathloop.
Oh, Deathloop. Okay.
Because
My
this is
bad. I
made
just had the phone like
Deathloop is
malfunction there
going to
for a
be
second.
Deathloop is going to be made by the Dishonored people. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
so
No, dude,
that's
I thought it looks cool. Like,
yeah.
I think it looks pretty cool.
It's,
I was confused at first. I thought it was gonna be like a multiplayer game, but I don't know what's going on with that. Like, but
I
it
would
looks pretty silly.
definitely
Like,
I would definitely wait for a review because you just got to see if it's going to come out like in the condition it's supposed to come out in. Because that's one thing, with Bethesda where they drop something and it's like, are they going to need to patch it? And, you just kind of want to
yeah.
wait to hear for that. But if it comes out good, I'll try it out. It looks interesting.
Because
It does
I
look
love
interesting.
Dishonored. I still haven't played Dishonored 2 yet, but I really enjoyed the first one, and
Bruh,
it kind of reminded me almost like a comment. It's almost like Bioshock or something is what it kind of reminded me of,
Dishonored
like a
2
Bioshock Borderlands matchup or something.
Dishonored has a great
Yeah.
story, but like I swear to God, when I got the second one, I got it from Redbox. Dude, the title screen was skipping like it was a DVD, and it needed a 9 GB patch day one for it to be
Oh
Holy
wow.
shit!
for it to be playable. Because I tried to play it before that patch, and bruh, it was just breaking. in my hands. Like the game was just breaking as you played it. And then they put in that 9 GB patch, and then it was playable. But it still had like that.
I've been thinking about checking it out. It's on Game Pass.
It's worth checking it out.
It's probably better by now. They probably fixed a lot of that by now.
So yeah, let's move on. So Devil May Cry 5, they came out with a special edition. Love the series, absolutely love the series, but that's really all we need to say about it. Devil May Cry 5 has been out for a long time now. We already talked about Oddworld. There's a game, and I'm not even 100% sure this is the name of it. I just wrote this note down when I was watching the showcase. It looks like it's called Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's.
What the fuck, son? Like, this.
Have you just now hearing about this game?
Have you never heard?
This game's been out for a while, man.
No, I've never heard of this shit.
Yeah, it's like, dude,
fucking AI,
it's
bro.
weird.
Like,
yeah, it's like a weird horror game.
As fuck. And like, I need to know more. I need to know more. Like,
let me give you a quick rundown. Five Nights at Freddy's is a game that was on the computer. It's basically a click game where the animatronics in this pizza place go crazy at night, and you're the security guard, and you have to watch for them. And they come in and they'll scare you and stuff. They have a lot of jump scares, and that's what the game was forever. And now apparently they've evolved it into a full-on horror game. So
yeah, it's got a long-standing weird cult fan base, and there's like a bunch of lore behind the entire game, like why it's haunted. I've like met some people I've worked with, or like a younger generation, or just like they have like Five Nights at Freddy tattoos and stuff. It's just like they're like crazy about it. I've never played it, but
they serious
not my cup of tea, honestly. But
I'll die for this shit.
Yeah,
Freddy's my man, bro.
Yeah, but that shit, it was creepy as fuck.
There was one game that I wanted to mention. I don't know if you have it on your list or whatever, but I think it was called Astra. I watched it. Dude, it looks cool as hell, dude. It looks like you're playing a Pixar movie. And it's like a third person kind of like hack and slash. I don't know, man. If you haven't seen the trailer for that,
was it like a girl and she was like shooting a bow and there was
you have a bow and arrow and stuff, and you summon creatures, and you have to there's sort of fighting in this desolate forest, and then she healed the forest and
That was on the older showcase. That wasn't on the new one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was still dope. I know what you're talking about. That was a dope looking game, but
it did look good.
It was on the older showcase. But I think we need to get to the big dog in the room. That's Demon Souls, bro.
Hey, I will say that this whole space time angle is really cool in this. Like, you know what I mean? With the way he was transporting to a different space or to a different time.
Yeah, going to different bonfires.
Obviously the badass bosses, and I just love that the guy died in the trailer. Like, it's so indicative of a Souls game, is that this motherfucker is a developer and he's playing it, he still died. So it's dude, it does look repetitive, but
the thing is about
it's basically a remake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a remake. The thing about Souls is it's just about going through this incredibly cursed world, and everything that went down has already happened. You are basically in the aftermath of this cursed world, and what you're doing is you're basically figuring out what happened, piecing it together by items and stuff like that, and then by the end you are either the harbinger of destruction for the rest of the world, or you continue the world going on. That's almost every Demon Souls, Dark Souls game. And this one is particularly great because this was the original idea before that Sony bought before they made Dark Souls. And let me tell you, bro, when I first played this, I didn't know how to get out of the first stage until I found out there was a cheat where you could duplicate items. So I just duplicated a bunch of souls, and then, it made myself strong enough to play the game, and it only got normal. It didn't get easy. It just got normal. It was a normal game at that point. And I was like, bruh, this game is so ridiculous. I don't know why I do it. I don't know why. I played every single Souls game. I've never beaten one of them.
I hate myself.
That's what it feels like. Like you're playing Bloodborne and you're like, oh my god, why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep doing this to me?
Like putting cigarettes on your arm while you're playing, like
You got to just look at it. It's basically like wearing a weighted vest, weighted ankle bracelets, weighted arm bracelets, while you're playing the game. So that when you play a normal game, it should be easier for you. You know what I mean?
Playing Sekiro made me better at games.
Yeah.
But I know you said that Demon Souls was the creme de la creme of the showcase, but I have to disagree, man. That God of War Ragnarok, like,
yo, that's what I was gonna mention too. Yeah, man.
It made my dick jump a little bit, bro. Like, it did.
Oh, dude.
When I heard the voice, I was like, "Oh, they did it." I mean, it was just an announcement, so you didn't really get to see anything, but the announcement and stuff, because it's next year, bro. Next year.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just the perfect teaser, man. Like they did like it was like a root, like it was like a Nordic like throat singing like song that was like a mirror of like the original God of War song, Slow Down. Like I don't know if you noticed that or not, but it has the rune, it has the God of War symbol and the rune show up, and then it's like like I don't know, I can't do it, but like it was like fantastic. Like I was like, oh, I got goosebumps watching that.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. I just love God of War so much. Like I just love it so much. It single handedly makes me want to buy a PlayStation if I can convince the wife lady to do it.
Bro, you need to come over to my house and just come over for like 3 hours a day and sit down and play. I have God of War, the new one. I don't think you've played it yet. Play it.
Yeah, I've played it. But see, the way that my life is set up.
Well, I know that. We get to we'll have to figure it out.
Going over match to play video games. I'm going over match to play video games, honey. I'll be back in 3 hours.
It's God of War, honey.
That's totally going to go over smooth.
Just talk to her like Kratos. Would talk to her. No, don't do that. Don't.
Just go up to your daughter and go, girl.
Listen, wife.
Yo, so I wanted to bring this up. That's it for the show, the showcase. I wanted to bring this up real quick, just because it's kind of going to bring us into our next segue into our next our thing here, because we're already at our hour here, so we need to start moving. I'm in a group called the Mad Titans. Shout out to the Titans. It's a little group chat of some friends of mine, and they brought this up, and I told them I was going to bring it up in the podcast today. There are people who are already giving 1-star reviews for consoles that will not come out for 2 months. Like, it's so ridiculous. My boy Daryl said, these idiots really take this Xbox versus Sony arguments way too seriously. You think these bitches own stock as passionate as they are about it.
Yeah.
But they don't, though.
They don't. They don't. They'd be sitting there like, oh, man, well, you know, the PlayStation sucks or the Xbox sucks. And it's like, bro, they're not paying you. What are you doing?
How are you going to get online and feel like, I saw this meme, it was so fucking funny. It said white people love snitches so much that they invented Yelp. Like,
I've heard
like,
that
it's so fucking true. It's so true. Like, why the fuck are you going to get on these websites and start doing these reviews when it's 2 months away from launch of the console? How do you even know?
Yeah.
Like,
bruh, like the Last of Us 2 should show you that The Last of Us 2 literally came up like 12 o'clock that night, and then 12:05 there was 1,000 zeros on Metacritic. You know, like come on now.
Some people I think people just love to hate things, so they don't care. They're just gonna give a bad review. Look, I've worked in the hospitality industry, the service industry, and that's what I've learned about people. Like, people, it doesn't matter. You can give them $100 and they'll still tell you that you suck. Like, you can do whatever you want.
You're
like,
trash.
Some people
just, so is your money.
They have, yeah. Like, you can give them the best meal they've ever had in their life. They literally, like, at orgasm from eating it, they hide it, and they'll tell you that it was too cold.
Oh my God, that reminded me of Food Wars. You know, that reminded me of Food Wars.
Oh my God, dude! Yeah, don't go into that. That is the funniest damn thing I've ever seen.
Me and Kia have been watching that anime. Oh, me and Kia have been watching that anime, and I'd be sitting there, I'd be biting her food, and I'd be like, "Baby,
What is it, like a bunch of Japanese, Japanese businessmen, like, or Japanese bodyguards with forks and knives in their hands. Like, we have to try this.
Oh my God, the pork is so succulent. It goes so well with the duck and the guy.
It's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous, bro.
All right. All right, so look, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on here. James, are you offering me $100 for sex? Is that what's happening right now? Because I ain't gay, but $100 is $100.
Hey! No. Now your Xbox is only going to be $400.
Right now, my Xbox is only $400. And joke's on you. I'm a top. No,
power top. Oh.
Hey,
all right.
Hey, so let's move on. I can't even fuck with y'all no more. All right, so listen. So we're gonna go on to something that I'm kind of heated about. Is the motherfucking PS5 and Series X pre-orders?
Like,
man. So let me tell you a story. So first off, PlayStation just completely fucked it up, right? I understand what they were trying to do. They were doing this in an attempt to fool the scalpers who have bots who go through and just buy all the online pre-orders. So they told everybody that on the 17th everyone could pre-order. But they didn't understand that on the 16th they didn't like verify the time. So at midnight on the 16th, they were sold out already because they actually opened it up on the 16th. So it's like this surprise pre-order shit. And then they didn't even have enough for all the people who wanted to go pre-order. So I'm thinking, right? So that's just, they completely botched it. They just completely fucked it up. And everybody's, I mean, they're getting so much negative attention for it. Target just straight up like said, we're not doing PS5 pre-orders no more. So, you know, it really fucked up. So I'm sitting there thinking like the Series X, they just announced this accusation of BDZ over here. And I thought that they learned something from this. This is really something that this is something they can capitalize on. So I get up bright and early this fucking morning and show up at GameStop between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. And they don't even open until 11. And I'm sitting there waiting. I'm like eighth in line. I've called them already. I have a relationship with the dude that works at GameStop. And he told me that there was going to be 15 of them. So I believed him. And I went there and I waited all fucking morning. And then at 10:30, they put a sign up on the door saying they only have 4 Series X's and 2 Series S's. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like,
yeah.
You know, like I'm so sick and tired of these multi-billion-dollar companies completely fucking fumbling these fucking releases, bro. Like every single time I get a Call of Duty game, especially because it's such a popular game. You hop on, the servers crash. You hop on again, the servers crash. It's like they don't have the servers ready for the amount of people that they already know they sold that many fucking copies. So what you think they're going to wait a week to play the game? Get your fucking servers ready. It's just like this. Why are you not going to go send that many Series X's or that many PS5s when you know goddamn well people are going to buy them? This whole manipulation and control of the whole supply and demand chain of this shit is bullshit. It's exactly what they're doing. Is that they're going to keep the supply down and the demand high because they want people to come in there and buy all the, when they finally get one. It's like the people at PlayStation or at GameStop. They straight up said, yo, we don't have any Series X's for you, but hey, make sure you come in and buy all of your accessories because those accessories are going to be sold out too. And it's like, motherfucker, if I can't get a Series X, I ain't about to walk in there and buy your damn controllers and your headphones. Fuck you. Like, it's so fucking stupid. It's exactly what it is they're controlling the supply and demand chain. Is exactly what it is. So, shout out to my motherfucking man, Isaiah Washington, because I was really pissed off today. I was really pissed off today because I wasted my whole fucking morning fucking around with these motherfuckers at GameStop and couldn't even get a pre-order. My boy Isaiah came in with the clutch and was able to pre-order his already, the Series X, but he's going the PS5 route and has offered to sell me his Series X. So I will have a Series X on launch day. Thanks to my boy Isaiah. He's a real MVP. But god damn, dude, I was so pissed. With the whole coronavirus, like with the Switch, you ain't been able to buy a Switch in this game. This shit's been out for 2 years, and you ain't been able to buy a Switch since March. You know what I mean? So like, what the fuck do you expect the Series X and the PlayStation to do? If Isaiah wouldn't have hit me up, I probably wouldn't have been able to get a Series X until after Christmas, or at least. You know what I
I
mean?
know this isn't feasible because most people won't do it, but if you want PlayStation and Xbox to not do that kind of stuff, don't buy their shit and make them wait. You make them give you something instead of getting something as soon as they give it to you. Because the thing is, they got you by the balls. They know you want it. They know you want that bad, and they could just go ahead and piecemeal it out bit by bit to keep the hype up. But if you really want to stop making them do that, like me, like for real, I did this with the PlayStation 4 and 3. I just waited because one, they didn't even drop crap for like a couple of months. Like, but there wasn't even anything to play on it. For a couple of months. It was just the same old crap that you already been playing. Now I know the PlayStation's going to be dropping a few games with this one, but none of them are anything that I need to rush to the store to get. It's one of those things. Just
Yeah.
like make them come to you. Stop coming to them. Because I guarantee you, if everybody was like, "Fuck you," we're gonna wait until you actually get your shit together. Then they would get their shit together immediately.
Well, see, I normally wouldn't be so like up in arms about it, but like the fact that I now own a gaming company, I'm gonna need my motherfucking Series X, bro. I'm gonna need that shit so I can report on it. You know what I mean? Like this is part of my job at this point. So like, I don't know. It should just piss me off today, bro.
Yeah, no, I get you, man. It's something they do all the time, and the reason why is, like I just said, like it's because they know they can get away with it. If gamers did like what they did against Star Wars Battlefront, where they just revolted against EA, like you would see, because EA changed their tune so fucking quick when that happened. Like when everybody
Yeah, well,
just
Battlefront 2 was still garbage.
yeah, still, but they changed their tune. Right, they took out the loot boxes. They made the changes that they wanted to be changed, that needed to be changed. Why? Because everybody revolted, and that's what you got to do
Yeah,
against them. You got to be like, all right, cool. None of us are buying it. See how
yeah.
fun
I
it
mean,
is now.
it's true. It's true. I mean,
Yeah.
so like, real quick, Kerry, you're 100% correct, bro. Like, if other companies do tell them to not make so many so they can keep people coming into the stores, and it's not even just other companies. This is their whole strategy. It's other people do it too. Look at oil. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden you start slacking back on the demand, like we somehow have less, or I mean of the supply. All of a sudden the demand skyrockets.
Mm-hmm.
Look. I mean, the pandemic was a perfect case study on this.
The
Look
toilet
at toilet
paper.
paper.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers don't need toilet paper, but because there was a perceived lack of supply, the demand all of a sudden went out of the roof. It's that's
Classic.
exactly what they're
It's a
doing to
classic
us. It's
supply and demand. Yeah.
exactly what they're doing to us. They're fucking with us mentally, and because and it's like we said before, the whole reason is because motherfuckers like me are going to go buy the Series X regardless of how long it takes me or regardless of what I have to go through to get it. I'm going to get it. You know what I mean? Like whether I'm fucking football tackling bitches at Black Friday or what, I don't fucking know. I'm going to get it. You know what I mean? So and that's why they're able to do it. This is like Sleepy said. I mean, we as the consumers have the power, but we just don't know it. It's just like we the
Yeah,
people have the power in this country. We just don't fucking know it.
exactly.
We're too complacent to fucking test that. You know what I
And
mean?
the moment we do try that, it works almost instantly. Remember when everybody couldn't work, and next thing you know, we had a stimulus check? But then they were like, all right, now people are back to work. They don't want to give you one.
Yep.
Exactly. If you just make a stand against these cats and say, no, we're not doing it, they have to fold to you.
That's
Like,
that's how unions work.
yeah,
Like, oh, they're not giving us the stuff we want.
dude.
Well, we're gonna strike.
You know what?
Oh, your factories have no one to run them. Okay, now they'll give you they'll give
Yeah.
us your stuff. Now we'll work again.
You know what all countries and companies hate? General strikes. They hate those.
Yeah,
They don't want those because
yeah.
that
But
hits them
why would
worse
they
than
like
anything.
them?
It hits them worse than anything. And I kind of feel like, even because I'm a PlayStation dude, but I don't abide by that bullshit. Like I mean, I want to play Ratchet and Clank. I want to play it so bad that I go out and punch a 12-year-old for his motherfucking PlayStation. That
Or
sounds crazy.
shoot, yeah, shoot somebody.
Yeah, that's crazy. And that's what
Yeah.
happened
Like,
last time. That's what happened during the 4
Yeah.
and the 3. And it's like, guys, calm the fuck down. Like, if you just sat at home and said, "All right, I'll order it. I'll press this order button as soon as I see something I like," then they would start showing you shit that you like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. So we're going to move into a new segment that we got today, and it's called Bad Reviews. So what we're going to do is we're each going to take a turn, and we're going to read a bad review. Now, just a reminder to my fellow hosts here: make sure you don't say the name in the review because it's very easy. It's very easy to do that. So we're each going to take turns reading reviews, and the rest of us and you guys in the chat can also chime along if you know what the review is about. And we're going to try to guess the game of what the bad review is about. So I think it's going to be pretty fun. Anybody want to start off? Y'all want me to start off? What's up?
I'll start.
Right. Yeah, you start off because I have to get my notes real quick. Hold on.
All right.
I mean, I'm good. You can go ahead.
This is a review for a game. He gave it a 3. I don't know if it's a he or she, but they gave it a 3. Here's the review. Nice graphics, but gameplay is most important thing in a video game, and gameplay here is just poor. Go pick up Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden, Bayonetta, or Metal Gear Rising, because those games are 10 out of 10s. All right, now, I want you to note that he said Metal Gear Rising is a 10 out of 10. That almost disqualifies him immediately. But go. That's all of the review. What is that game?
Huh.
Can you say it one more time?
All right, nice graphics, but gameplay is the most important thing in a video game, and the gameplay here is just poor. Pick up Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden, Bayonetta, or Metal Gear Rising because those games are 10 out of 10s.
So it has to be a light game of those.
Yeah, it's
I would imagine.
It's like those. It's a new game.
Sekiro? Or not Sekiro, Ghost of Tsushima?
Nope.
Is this an A+ title?
Yes, it's a newer game. Let's say it's not this year, but it's in the last 2 years. And it's a big game.
Yeah, it's very non-descriptive. Like it's hard to guess. That could be like a lot of stuff. Breath of the Wild. I'll just throw that out.
Nope.
Give us a hint, Sleep.
It's PlayStation exclusive in the last 2 years.
God of War.
Yes.
Ah, really? Yeah. Really?
God of War. Yep.
God of War.
Yep.
They gave it a 3 out of 10?
Yes. They gave it a 3 out of 10. It was very vague. And then they compared it to games that were like inferior. Metal Gear Rising is like fun, but it's kind of trashy. Bayonetta, that
guy lives in his mom's basement for sure.
All right, next. Somebody else.
All right, I'll go next.
All right, go ahead, man.
Oh, all right, because I got my notes up. Mine are good. You're probably gonna be able to get mine because the title's not in there, but it's pretty good.
We lost you,
Matt. We lost you.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. All right. They make this shit for autistic critical thinkers, not regular people. I want to kill zombies and worry about survival, not look for goddamn artifacts to stupid, convoluted-looking mechanisms. Jesus Christ.
This motherfucker said an autistic critical thinker.
Is it Uncharted?
No.
No, it's a zombie game. It's
Last of
It
Us?
has to be a zombie game.
Was The Last of Us 2?
No.
Was it Resident Evil 7?
No.
He said he's looking for artifacts.
You're warm. You're really hot there, John. Very hot, but not all the way there. Maybe go down a little bit.
Is it a Resident Evil game?
Yeah.
Okay.
6?
No.
1.
No.
2 remake.
I was just talking about it earlier.
Hey, Carrie's saying Call of Duty Zombies.
No, but you're on fire. You're about to
Resident Evil 3 remake?
The 3 remake.
No, it's the prequel to that.
Well, what? So what is it?
Resident Evil 2 remake.
The
Oh,
2
Resident,
remake.
Resident 2 remake. All right, Resident, because we just said that, and I didn't know if you heard us or not. But Resident Evil
Yeah,
2.
you said 3. You say 2. That's fine. Yeah, you
Uh,
got it. Like, come on, dude.
come
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
guys.
This guy is just like,
Bruh.
this guy's ridiculous.
All right, you
Yeah.
go ahead, John. What is yours?
All right. This game is just overrated and mediocre. A game with just story and awful gameplay. There's no way it can be a 10 out of 10. It's full of flaws and bad design choices. Animation sucks. Bad UI. Bad IA. They stop following you if you get a bit too far. You can steal everything from houses and the NPC do nothing about it. They aren't even capable of pathfinding and they don't have a day agenda like the NPC on the Elder Scroll games have. This game does nothing better than many other games out there, and it has almost nothing of an RPG. The combat sucks and it's too easy. The monsters use low resolution textures, and the female characters are all objectified and sexualized. And besides, all the characters are empty dolls outside the cutscenes and dialogues. It's just overrated, nothing else. 7 out of 10, the most overrated game of all time. Nowhere near a masterpiece and nowhere near Skyrim or Fallout 4.
Okay, so it's within the vein of those games. And first of all,
Is it Zelda? Is it a Zelda game?
No, it's not.
Okay. Outer Worlds?
Nope.
Is it recent?
Oh, no. And it's fairly recent, but it's not.
Is it Prey?
It's in the last 5 years, I guess.
Is it Prey?
No, and it's not Fallout 76, and it's not Kingdom of Amalur.
Okay, but it's in that vein.
It's highly considered one of the best games of all time.
Oh, okay.
Is it a Mario game?
No.
Is it made by Bethesda?
Halo? No. There's no way.
Is it made by Bethesda?
No.
You break into people's houses and steal everything they have.
And they don't do anything. Grand Theft Auto? No, you don't break into people's houses. New Vegas?
Nope.
It's not a Fallout game, I don't think.
It's not a Fallout game.
Wasteland?
Nope.
I'm stumped.
Borderlands?
Y'all give up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
It's Witcher 3.
What?
Oh, man, yeah. I could see that. Yeah, that's so
What?
stupid. They do have predetermined things. They do. Like, that's so stupid.
Well,
What
that's
an
why
idiot.
it's a bad review, right?
Yeah, I know. That's such a fucking
That's a
what a
horrible
tool.
review. Like, it's
It's pretty
like
bad.
this is the first video game I've ever played, and I'm unimpressed. like. Anyways, we're gonna go to my next one. This guy gave it a 0. So,
Whoa!
You know, this is gonna be fun. Absolute boring open world, bad graphics, textures, frankly, low resolution. I understand. Well, I don't want to say that part because it gives it away a little. Dialogues are only text without voice acting, which completely ruins the immersion of the game. Very, very banal story. I bet zero because many people mold the game to the top 10, which it clearly does not deserve. A maximum of 6.5, even though he gave it a 0. So it's
Is it Breath of the Wild?
yes.
Oh, damn! Right, first try, John. Good job.
Well, what gave it away? What gave it away is the dialogue without voice acting.
Oh yeah, that's good. That was a good hint. Yeah.
That's how.
What an
I
idiot!
knew it was.
Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like.
All right. Here's my next one, and this is it's a bad review, but this is like a total troll. Like, you can tell I was earlier.
You're going in and out.
Gave it a 0. But here you go. All right. I can only choose between male and female. Are you kidding me? It's current year, for fuck's sake, you back-minded bigots. I can't pick the body size of a land whale? What is this? I'm big and beautiful? A guy got captured and beheaded for crossing the border? Wow, just wow. No nation, no borders. And why can't I be a genderqueer communist Muslim? What is this? I am so triggered right now. Just wow. Was this review helpful?
I have no idea.
I like. Is that Is it
It has to be a.
Is it Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
No.
Okay.
It has to be. It has to be a creative character.
I'm gonna point this out again. I can't pick the body size of a land whale. What is this? I'm big and beautiful. A guy got captured and beheaded for just crossing the border.
Skyrim?
That should give it away. There, you got it. Bing, bing, bing.
That was great.
Yeah, dude. I was dying earlier.
That guy's trolling, though.
For sure. But it's still a bad review. Like,
yeah. Now, this is a game that I don't think any of us play. But the review was pretty funny, so I had to do it. It's an A+ title. This game is relaxing to me the way a high-end Maui resort may be relaxing. The kind where at-attention employees taxi $20 cocktails to your stinging hot metal beach chair atop 500 truckloads of stolen white sand. I sit out in the sun, getting more and more intoxicated, but nothing stops the stinging, and the bill just keeps getting steeper. How is it possible to feel so completely unrelaxed in this game? I've wondered this for hours, pitching my brain against the game's repetitive dialogue, frustrating mechanics, and obsession with debt bondage in search of a lasting dopamine high. And while I've enjoyed small, short-lived bursts of joy, a new fish species, a gift dropped from a balloon, in the end, blank has only felt like the grind charmingly reskinned. The rest of the time has been frustrating, tedious, and immensely boring, mostly involving mashing buttons to get through endlessly repeating dialogue boxes with chibi animals mumbling gibberish and refilling countless holes that I dug in the wrong place. It's time to admit that this game is a dumb, boring game for children.
That is.
I think I know what it is. Animal Crossing.
That's Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it's definitely Animal Crossing.
Yeah. That was pretty. Pretty good.
Halfway through, I knew it was Animal Crossing.
I'll be honestly, at first, I thought it was Call of Duty. I'm not even gonna lie, like the first part of it. But when you started saying chibi animals, I was like, okay, yeah, that's Animal Crossing.
That's Animal Crossing.
And endless dialogue.
And when you said debt bondage, that's kind of when I automatically knew.
I figured that or the dropping the splats on the balloon would give it away.
Yeah, but
yeah, see, I saw that as gift as like when you get the care packages and the debt bondage through all the tedious fucking I don't know what you call it. Microtransactions from Call of Duty. But yeah, that was solid.
Well, that's it for that new segment. Let us know what y'all think about it. Like that could be something that we could be doing every week, or we could do every week that we have a guest on or whatever. I think that was a real fun thing. So give us some feedback in the chat and let us know what y'all think about it, and if it's something we can continue to do.
All right. Let's get to this.
So we're right. So we're 30 minutes past kind of what we were aiming at here. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. We're going to revive a previous segment that we used to do called "All right, bro," and we haven't done it in a while. But this one was just kind of too ridiculous. So I had to say it. So I just want to get y'all's reaction out of it, and then we can kind of deliberate at the end before we go. So the title of this article is "Man Travels 3,400 Miles in 72 Hours to Kill a Teenager He Met Gaming Online," police say.
Jesus Christ.
Police have released the identity of the man they say made a 3,400-mile round trip from his home in Pleasanton, California to Flower Mound, Texas, within 72 hours to kill a boy he met online. Shortly before 6 a.m. on August 18th, a person wearing a helmet and jeans set a propane tank on fire at Matthew Thane's Flower Mound home in order to lure the 18-year-old outside and fatally shoot him.
Wow.
Early in the investigation, police were led to an acquaintance of the victim who he met through online gaming, the police department says. A day after the murder, detectives examined cell phone data that allegedly showed Alexander Frank Barrow, 23, had made a trip between the two towns, which takes about 25 hours each way. Law enforcement in both jurisdictions worked together to obtain a search warrant for his home. The suspect took his own life as police were attempting to have him exit his residence. The Flower Mound police say that the detectives theorized that the sole suspect in the murder case may have had a dispute with Thane over an online game. A GoFundMe page set up for the victim noted the teenager was such a unique character, one of a kind, who never failed to put a smile on his face. The investigation into Thane's death is ongoing. I suspect they were playing Halo and he humped his body after he killed him.
Wow. Like,
damn. All right, bro. What the fuck?
right.
Well, that was not part of the article. That last part you just
No,
made
it was
it sound
not.
like it was.
That was my take.
Okay.
Like, I was about to say,
I'm not trying to laugh at this poor tragedy, but
I'm
good God.
about to say, just throw this entire story in the fire, dog. Just throw it all in the trash, dog. This is horrible, dog. Like, it's just like it's
Fucking
like
terrible, dude.
it's like you
Like
just
rage quitting is one thing, but like driving across the fucking country, this motherfucker, like, it's not like he just like walked up to him and shot him. He like set a propane tank on fire so that he can lure him out and then shoot him.
like he was using tactics from the game, bro. Like,
He must, like, I know he's dead, and I ain't trying to disrespect nobody's dead because this is a really tragic story. But, dog, imagine how bad this man must have owned this motherfucker online.
Oh, dude, yeah. He must have talked
Like,
mad fucking
imagine.
shit
but he didn't
to
say
the wrong
he
guy.
didn't say GG at the end of the match. He said
Yeah, that's what it just sent this guy over
He
the edge.
said, get good, motherfucker.
He said get good.
He had lost 699 games in a row, and this was the 700th one. And he just said, if I lose 700 in a row, I'm gonna murder the person who teabagged me, and that's what he did.
I guess he didn't want to be a liar.
Fucking
But
ridiculous.
What I had to say is that story just took my faith in humanity outside and shot it in the face.
After throwing a propane tank in your window.
Yeah, it's like, oh, dude, just go ahead and end it. This world's fine. Like, I feel like calling Thanos after hearing that. Like,
Yo, this story forever reminds me of James Hill when he got all pissed and told that little boy, he was like 12 years old. He's like, motherfucker, why ain't you in school? Bitch, I fuck your grandpa in the ass when you're in school. So he told a 12-year-old he fucks his grandpa in the ass.
Why are you up at 2 in the morning? Your parents suck.
Your parents suck.
That's why I fucked your grandpa when you were at school yesterday. You little shit. And then the kid was like,
I know you're watching, bro. You're gonna have a propane tank thrown through your window eventually. I just want to let you know.
The kid was like audibly disturbed when I was there when it happened, dude. I fell out of my chair when that happened. I was in the middle of the game, and like we lost the game because I couldn't play because I couldn't stop fucking laughing. The kid was like, what? I was like, oh, dude, it was terrible. It was he had scarred this kid. Like, he probably has nightmares.
What James did right there is an avatar of the entire 360 chat. Like
oh yeah,
like that's what he's a representation of an entirety of the 360.
To his credit, he didn't drop an N-bomb. It ain't it's not a 360 chat until some kid who's like prepubescent and he hasn't even reached puberty yet is calling somebody, an N-bomb.
Yeah, that is a pretty thing on the Xbox 360 and the Call of Duty kind of thing. Like, you just kind of expect that now. But they fixed that kind of. Not in Call of Duty, but the Xbox thing.
Well, you could report people very easily, man. One guy was messaging me talking mad shit, and I messaged him something told him it was something so simple. I think I said shit or something like that, and he fucking reported me, and I got banned from communicating on Xbox for a day.
Oh yeah, I remember that because you had to go take care of your daughter, and he was like, "You should have just did it, bro. You should have just kept it on." I was like, "Dude, what a loser."
Right. I had to go AFK for a while, and he got so mad. He was messaging me for days. And then finally I snapped. I was like, dude, eat a dick. I think that's what I said. I was like, eat a dick.
Yeah.
I said.
Yeah. I think that's
fucking,
what you said. I remember that. Yeah.
I told him to eat a dick, and he reported me, and I got banned for like a day or two from even. I couldn't even get into game chats.
Don't worry. A person that does that kind of thing, he probably did eat a dick later on.
Yeah.
So.
I would have got
No.
on. I would as soon as I got out of Xbox chat jail, I would have got on there, found him, and said, "Fuck you and Mark. Fuck you and Mark Spencer, nigga. You ain't gonna stop me."
I'm gonna hit my homie. hit my homie Mark. Hey, unban me, please. Thanks, bro. And just get jump back on.
Y'all call him Phil Spencer Mark, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, Phil Spencer.
No, that's what I meant. I'm talking about Mark Spencer's brother, or Phil Spencer's brother, Mark.
His brother.
Yeah. He's the real creative genius. All right, I'm kidding. All right.
Well, now that that's been said, I guess this is a good time to go ahead and segue to the end.
Okay,
guys, it's been a blast today, man. This was a great podcast. I enjoyed every second of it, man.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
It's been fun.
Well, now with that,
we appreciate all you guys who've been watching and who's been following the whole time, and you guys are what keeps us going.
Well, with that being said, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. Please check us up on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and all the social media spots. Like, comment, subscribe. Please share us, and please come back to join our show every Sunday and sometimes Tuesday, apparently. So but come and join us. We love to have you here. We love your input and your participation, and we like to bring the show to you. So with that being said, we'd like to thank you for coming to Two Deaf Podcast, and good night.
Two Deaf?